Make me be a superstar.
Spirit's gift is mine to give, I give it now. And I know that I receive all I allow. Every moment blesses me, God's supply is all I need. All unfolding perfectly when I believe. Oh, I believe. Oh, and I receive. Oh, I believe. That Spirit's gift is mine to give, I give it now. Yes, Spirit's gift is mine to give, I give it now. Spirit's gift is mine to give, I give it now. And I know that I receive all I allow. Every moment blesses me, God's supply is all I need. All unfolding perfectly when I believe. Oh, I'm letting my abundance grow. Oh, I'm grateful for the overflow. Oh, I'm grateful for the overflow. Spirit's gift is mine to give, I give it now. The Spirit's gift is mine to give, I give it now. The Spirit's gift is mine to give, I give it now. The Spirit's gift is mine to give, I give it now.
Good morning and welcome. Woo! Time change. We got that extra hour of sleep. Yeah? Does that make like the best day ever? Well, welcome to the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Valerie Reeves. I'm the spiritual director here. Welcome. We are transforming lives, building dreams, and revealing love, where all we ask is that you stay completely open to changing your life by changing your mind. Welcome home. We're glad you're here. Hi to all of you online. I'm excited. Life is good. And let's all stand up and sing with the choir.
I can feel the love all around here beside me. Feel it in my heart and my soul deep inside me. Resonating deeper and deeper and deeper. Lifting me up higher and higher and higher.
You and I are one.
We are one.
One with everyone.
Everyone.
Love is all around.
All around.
Tap into the sound. Right here in the
Center for spiritual living. You have found a home that is loving and giving. Lots of happy hugs and the smiles on their faces. We don't have a problem with gender or races.
Throw your fears away.
Fears away.
Love is here to stay.
Here to stay.
Friendship by the pound.
By the pound.
Love is all around. You should know the man.
And Dr. Holmes was the founder. His philosophy, there is none that is sounder. God's in everyone, we are interconnected. Gratitude and fun, don't let fun get neglected.
It's no mystery.
Mystery
Thinking is the key.
is the key.
Peace and harmony.
Harmony.
Change the way you see. Welcome to the
Center for spiritual living. We are into helping and love and forgiving. You might hear some singing and praying and music. Just to be inside here is so therapeutic.
You know that it's true.
Yes, it's true.
I can feel it too.
Feel it too.
What a place to
are all one. We are one. We are all one.
We are all one.
We are one. We are all one.
We are all one.
We are one. We are all one.
We are all one.
We are one. We are all one. We are all one.
Good morning. I'm Deb Kearns, and I am so happy to be here sharing today with you. Here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, we are an all-inclusive center of love. We recognize and celebrate each person as divinely unique. We view each individual as an expression of the one spirit in all. Together, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone. We teach and embody the science of mind principles that support our core values, which are love, healing, spiritual growth, oneness, abundance, service, and diversity. Thank you all for choosing to be here today. Welcome home. And we'd like to thank everyone who is also joining us online. We see you. Say hello in the chat box and let us know where you're watching from today and how you're doing. We love to connect with you. If you're joining us for the very first time in person today, we have a very special welcome to you. And it's a welcome packet that can be picked up right outside of our doors. At our welcome table, it's a little packet that looks like this because we are so happy that you're here today. There's more information in that packet about our center and also in our books and more gifts shop. There'll be a little certificate in there, and it'll be open right after service and during the office hours throughout the week. Everyone should have a program when you came in today. These are all the ways that you can connect with our center, and it can be found inside of this program. So please take it home with you and keep it handy so that you can connect with our office if you should have any questions at all. We also have a texting service that you can join. We send out announcements, inspirational messages, and event reminders. And we have a lot going on here at this center, so please make sure that you sign up for those text announcements. This is also another way that you can reach out to our office. If you have a question or prayer request and you would like us to text you. There's no cost to sign up, so I encourage everyone to join. The number's up on the monitors and also on the back side of your program. And now it's time for our announcements. Yes. Current events happening at our center can always be found at our concierge table, online through our social media platforms, and in the community calendar found on our website. These are updated regularly, so please check in often, as we always have new and exciting things and opportunities to gather here at our center. This is what's on the table out in the sanctuary room, and it has all of our affirmations on the back, and it also has our calendar of events. So you can pick one of those up and take it home with you. Today, right after service, is our birthday potluck. Thank you to everyone who brought something delicious for all of us to share. We appreciate you. Speaking of birthdays, who here has a birthday in November? We want to celebrate you. Please raise your hand, and so you can receive a gift from our practitioners. I invite everyone to join Chris and the choir in singing Happy Birthday. Hit it, Chris.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to all of you.
We are so blessed you were born. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Also happening today, right after service, is our brief CSL 101 discovery session right here in the sanctuary. This is for those interested in learning about our Centers for Spiritual Living, the Science of Mind philosophy, and membership here at the center. Remember, all are welcome to join, even current members. It's always nice to get that refresher. So please join us here right after service. In case you haven't noticed, when you came in this morning, we are hosting a Christmas fundraiser boutique, and it's in our garden room. We accept cash and checks made out to HDCSL, as well as cards in the bookstore. All proceeds go directly towards supporting our growing spiritual center. Thank you to the Jackson Estate for sharing your generous donations, and thank you all for who participated and shopped with us. Our next movie night is on Friday, November 8th at 5 p.m. We will be showing It's a Wonderful Life. Popcorn will be served, and a love offering donations are always welcomed and much appreciated. Join us for our Community Day of Service happening on Saturday, November 9th from 9 to 12. We will all come together to clean chairs and do some other projects around the center that need some attention. And of course, like always, the more, the merrier. All are welcome to join and are much appreciated. See Reverend Valerie or Brandy in the office if you have any questions. Sunday, November 10th is our Fall Baked Goods Auction fundraiser right after service. This is not a competition between the men and the women. It is a competition to see how much money we can raise. However, this is a community fundraiser for our organization. Thank you all in advance who are participating in baking and buying. The local hot band Caliente, with our own Chris Ernston, will be performing a fundraising concert here on Friday, November 15th. And speaking of 15, the tickets are $15 pre-sale. Get them now, or $20 at the door. Our intention is to sell 40 tickets, so please spread the word. That is the 14th. Friday. 15th. I'm sorry, 15th. 15th. Did I say the 14th? I apologize. Let's start that over again. 15th. Was it on there? November 15th. See, now you're going to remember it because I messed it up. You're going to be like, what did she say? Oh, yeah, the 15th. I will be there. All right. Well, and I want to share with you, there's going to be lots of dancing, laughing, and you're going to be part of a community. Yes. Now, did you guys know dancing is going to increase your cardiovascular health? Yes. Yes. You're going to be strength, more muscle tone. You're going to have reduced stress, and all your cells are going to be vibrating. You're going to be floating and detoxing. Laughter will trigger your endorphins, and that's your natural painkiller, and it'll help with your anxiety and depression. Okay, am I hearing it for the 15th? Who's going to be there? And, okay, now don't forget, being part of a community is great for your emotional health. Okay, it's going to help build friendships, and it's going to make you feel like a valued member. So, who's here? Who's coming? Let's go. Yeah. That was the 15th. Folks, when is it? 15th. My apologies. But you won't forget it. Finally, thank you all for your patience. Our practitioners are here to know the truth for you and working with you as you change your thinking to change your life. Thank you, practitioners, for your service, and we appreciate you. Well, we must have missed a couple things. I got so excited about that band. I feel so hot right now. I did want to let you know that going back to Caliente, the Spirit really wants me to remind you of all this. The administration team wants you to know that if we don't sell enough tickets to pay for the band, we will have to reschedule. until the spring. Thank you for your understanding, but that's not going to be a challenge because we're all going to remember it's on the 15th. And finally, as a reminder, our social hall will be transformed into a polling center for the election coming this Tuesday. So, no coffee talk or choir this week. Coffee talk will be on a hiatus, and we will resume again in January after the holidays. As a reminder, our practitioner team is here to serve you. You can find a prayer request box in the garden room or see the practitioner of the day every Sunday right after service near the piano for a quick spiritual mind treatment, which in the science of mind philosophy is what we call our affirmative prayer. Our practitioners are here to know the truth for you and work with you as you change your life and change your thinking. Thank you, practitioners, for your service. We appreciate you. And now, I'd like to welcome our practitioner for the day, Reverend Ann Eisele. Let's hear it for her.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Deb. That was great. Let me get to my page here. So please join me in our affirmation today. I am worthy of wealth and success in all areas of my life. Now, please join me for 2 more times. So, worthy of wealth and success in all areas of my life. I am worthy of wealth and success in all areas of my life. And so it is. So let's now get into Dr. Ernest Holmes' promise. They're on your programs, but they're also up on these monitors. So if you'd like to read along with me or just let it resonate, let's go. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, wealthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intentions to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. So, I invite you just to relax and tune in and enjoy this moment.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Annka George will join me in lighting the flame of candles. We perform the Flame of Faith ceremony to promote universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people in all faiths, all beings, come from one great universal presence we call spirit. The unity candle represents unifying natures of all religions, thoughts, and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic tradition, honoring the belief and practices of indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring prayer and the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, acknowledging all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that we are all welcome here. And as Annka lights the healing candle, please silently into the light names of loved ones, knowing that they have experience of Spirit's eternal love. I invite you now to just go inward and close your eyes or take a nice soft focus on something that's around you. And as you do, just breathe in to that essence of divine spirit, a spirit that's in and around and through everything, everyone. The spirit of love, life, joy, abundance, health, prosperity, and love. Spirit that just embraces and grows and unfolds and involves. And I know that I am one with this spirit, the spirit of love, the spirit of life, the spirit that flows as the winds just get a little chillier, the spirit that embraces that loving harmony among communities and among our community. And I am so grateful for this loving, interactive, and enjoying community. A community that gets together and dances their hearts out. They share in the joys of the holidays. They share in the everyday experiences. And I'm grateful for our musician, Chris, and our lovely choir, and for our sound person, Nick, who keeps everything moving and flowing. And I especially grace and bless Reverend Valerie for her inspiring message, life is sweet. And I'm grateful for that also. And I gently and easily release this into the universe, knowing all is well, all is good. And so it is. Amen. So I'll let you get back with me. And today being the first of the month, we have our welcoming talk, which is from our Secretary of the Board, Angie Callahan. So thank you.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Reverend Valerie, for asking me to share my perspective on what brought me to the center and what keeps me coming back. I found it fascinating listening to everybody's stories about, they seem to take very, very different paths, and yet here we are all together here. And we have this amazing group of healers, mystics, musicians, shamans, artists, and if nothing else, the deep thinkers who embrace the teachings of Dr. Ernest Holmes and the science of mind. And I have to say that some of my very favorite purple people, I think there's something going on up here. They're in this vortex or something today. And Deb, you started it. No, I have to say that some of my favorite people are in this amazing community, and I love coming here. I'm going to try to keep this light, but it's going to sound dark at times, but don't let it go there. Okay. Because my journey is different from everybody else. I started here, I walked into this center here the first time in January of 2012. I was without a doubt at the lowest point of my entire life. I was 54 at the time. Just 1 month earlier, my husband of 35 years lost his life in a car accident. And I was left feeling lost, alone, confused, and unsure of how to navigate life without him by my side. We'd met when I was 18 and married when I was 19, and so I didn't know who I was without him. So I came here desperately seeking all the answers that these questions we try not to think about until we're left with no choice. What really happens when we die? Where do we really go? Is there really life after death? You know, these are big questions that we don't, as a society, don't talk about very much. It makes people uncomfortable. And so I'm kind of taking people out of your comfort zone here a little bit. I realize that. I grew up without the influence of any type of religion, as my dad was agnostic, and so but I was just always naturally very curious, and so read over the years many metaphysical books along the way. And I'd always known, I think of that, what you say, the inner knower that knows that it knows. I'd always known that there was more to life than our existence here on earth, and I believed in reincarnation, but now I need the details. And what I discovered, like one of the 10 core principles in Dr. Holmes' teachings is immortality. So it's like to have it confirmed by him was pretty amazing. I'm going to quote here a little bit about that. It says, "The universal truth about life is that life never ends. What we call death is simply the changing of one form of life for another. Death, the belief and perception that life may come to an end, is a human concept. As in birth, the invisible becomes visible. So in dying, the visible again becomes invisible. Life continues on another plane when the body has outlived its usefulness." Those powerful words filled me with a huge amount of peace and a huge amount of compassion for everyone else trying to figure out how to do life and grief at the same time, because life goes on. I mean, life every single day, and that's the whole point of us being here. And then fast forward, so that was in 2011 when he passed, and then in May of 2022, the day after Mother's Day, I found out that one of my sons at age 39 had died suddenly at home of an undiagnosed heart condition. And once again, I was thrown into the depths of grief and wondering how I could possibly go on. And again, the center was here for me, lifting my spirits and supporting me in my hours of need. I did some research and found an online grief education site, which combined with my faith helped me tremendously. And plus, knowing that Woody, my husband, and Dustin, my son, were together was just, there was so much peace in that. I was able to find that peace. So as a way to honor both of them, I believe Spirit led me to take additional classes, and I became a certified grief educator. And after all these years, I felt like I'd finally found my true purpose in life and a way to help others heal. I've gone on to volunteer for several different grief groups, including the one that Reverend Michael started here last year. And we finally stopped that. It was just no one was showing up anymore, and Lori and I were were the only two that were here. So we kind of put that on a hiatus until we figured out what are we going to do differently. So it's, I found that I prefer being able to talk about spirituality when talking about grief, because a lot of these other grief groups, I found they want to talk about the death and not about the growth that comes along with grief. It's a huge growing experience. So I decided, and I've talked with Reverend Valerie about starting. I'm very excited about this, okay? Because, like I say, other groups don't talk about life after death and how we can still have communication with our loved ones on the other side. We just have to be still and look for the signs. With all that being said, what I'm most excited about this morning is to share that I will be starting a combination book study grief group that will meet twice a month, and I'm guessing now we'll probably start it in January and get past the holidays here. The book we'll be using is called Good Grief, Heal Your Soul, Honor Your Loved Ones, and Learn to Live Again. This book is written by Teresa Caputo, who you may know as the Long Island Medium, if anyone's ever watched her show. She's amazing, and she, in this book, she shares what she's learned from communicating with souls on the other side and teaches people who aren't mediums ways to connect with their own loved ones using different techniques like journaling. And like I say, being open to the signs and the nudges that we get, the gut instincts that we go, oh, that was probably nothing. And you have learned to trust our intuitions. It's enlightening, it's eye-opening, mind-blowing, and I think we'll all be able to learn something from the experience. So I'll get a sign-up sheet set up and get some dates and get all the information coming up soon. So I turned my little power talk into a commercial for me. But I do hope that you can see that for me, grief, while it can be tragic and sad, it can also lead to tremendous healing and spiritual growth. And I thank you all for your time.
And now here's Reverend Valerie.
Thank you. All good. Thank you so much, Angie. There's so much growth and so many classes, so many great things that we do as we come together in spirit and love and in joy. And we come here on Sundays to remind us of who we are. Remember who we are. And this is an interesting week, of course, because there's the voting happening and people get really caught up into stuff. So here's what I want you to practice saying when somebody says, who are you voting for? It's like, I don't even know. It's just so exciting. I get the opportunity to vote. Because seriously, it's really, people have a tendency to form an opinion of you and life if you say who you're voting for. It's like, I don't even know yet. It's just exciting that I get the opportunity. And I'm not one to jump into watching a lot of politics because there's just something that doesn't work for me in that. Because what I want to know and what we teach in this philosophy is that we create our own reality. Regardless of what's going on out there, we do create our own reality. And people have different ideas. I just remember the words of Jesus, forgive them, they know not what they do. And sometimes we have to say that to ourselves. Sometimes we make mistakes or we do something. So I am knowing that this is the best week ever, that America and this country is made up of individuals that are creating a collective consciousness. And as being part of that collective consciousness, we stay in that space of peace and balance and love. That we honor ourselves, we honor everyone, regardless of what the outcome is. That we stay in that loving peace. Because the greatest gift we can give the world, that we can give America, because America is always healthy, I am always knowing this, is that we love and honor ourselves in every step of the way. So with that, we're honoring, and my sister would say, if I ask her who she's voting for, it'd be Nanya. Nanya business, because it's a personal thing. So we don't have to share who we're voting for. We can just know that something wonderful is unfolding regardless of the outcome. That is all I want to say about that. And today we are talking about, this month actually, is abundance. Abundance, because we like to dance here, so we step into that abundance rather than scarcity. We want to be in the abundance, knowing that as we love ourselves and we honor ourselves, we step into that abundance. Now, that may mean that we step into the reciprocity of life, that as I give, I always receive. As I let go of the blocks that block my flow. Yesterday I did the forgiveness workshop. I like to do that for myself at least once a quarter because I like to keep it clean and clear because we grab stuff or we have our layers. So many layers. We have those layers and maybe we haven't forgiven all the way somebody else or even ourselves. And so staying in that space of cleaning ourselves out, which creates a vacuum. And the universe abhors a vacuum. As I give up holding on to anything against anyone, including myself, then I open the channels for goodness to flow. So I don't usually do this because I'm not a big fan of let's all say this together because it feels a little interesting to me. However, I would like us all to say this together. So it's actually my first slide, if Nick wants to join me there, but I put a little cutout inside of everyone's brochure this morning. And the words are up here, or you can look at the little insert that's in your program. Hopefully you got one. Today, all together, today, I recognize the abundance of life. I animate everything in my experience with this idea. I remember only good. I accept only the good. I expect only the good. This is all I experience. I give thanks that this good is overflowing in ever-increasing volume. I do not withhold this good from others, but proclaim that spiritual substance is flowing to each and to all as daily supply. Thank you. This is a great little, and if you didn't get a program this morning, there's probably still programs out there. I also put some of these out on the table. So having an opportunity to affirm inside our minds, because through life, life is so interesting, isn't it? We grab different thoughts about ourselves, our thoughts about other people, our thoughts about life in general, and making sure that we are clearing that out, putting in the good affirmations, putting in the good things that make us feel good about ourselves. And stepping away from that judgment. So let's just see how good we all are with this. If you can start the day without caffeine or pep pills, if you can be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains, if you can resist complaining and boring people with your troubles, if you can eat some food every day and be grateful for it, if you can understand when loved ones are too busy to give you time, if you can overlook when people take things out on you, if you can take criticism and blame without resentment, if you can face the world without lies and deceit, if you can conquer tension without medical help, if you can relax without liquor, if you can sleep without the aid of drugs, if you can do all these things, then you are probably the family dog. Right? Because we tend to take things on and we judge things. Anybody judge themselves? It's like every single day. And it's like, are we judging nicely or not so nicely? And I guess if I was Glinda, I'd be like, are you a good witch or are you a bad witch? Well, I'm not a witch at all. But sometimes if I'm looking in the mirror or looking at the world, I might become and allow that witch within me to come out. So making sure that I'm getting in the habit of being a good finder, seeing the abundance in life instead of looking at the lack and limitation. And part of that is being thankful for everything, and all things give thanks. Be grateful for this experience. Be grateful for the next experience. Just lost your job? Yes! Opportunity for new growth? Yes! Just had somebody pass away? Awesome. Okay, I'm not going to say it that way. But, you know, I found it like a celebration, and I've told my children that, you know, when I pass, it's like a graduation. I'm graduating to the next planes of existence. And as I was driving my two granddaughters around I think it's renamed, the cemetery, it used to be the Dale Evans Cemetery, it used to have horses out there, and so we went out there to see the horses, and, you know, there's people putting flowers on the cemeteries, and the girls are asking me about that. They're 5 and 7. So what is this? And so I talked about how some people like to have their bodies buried in the ground, and then people have a place to come and put flowers. Some people like to be cremated and then scatter their ashes somewhere that they love. And so I said, you know, I want to be cremated. And Sierra just chimed in right away and said, oh, so we should scatter your ashes at Starbucks. Yes, please, somewhere I love, evidently. Out of the mouths of babes, right? It's like, she got it. And then it's like, I'm still always in your heart. But, you know, we have somewhere, and they have cats that have passed, and so they know the transition. And life is eternal, that we're always here, and we get to come and play. And if we could really get that on a level that we are here to experience the good, it's like, can I step into that good, and can I see all good things are happening regardless of everything that's happening out here? Let me be in my spiritual practice. Let me know love. Let me know prosperity. And let me be in that gratitude space. I tell you, the most beneficial my life is with prosperity and goodness is the more I'm noticing the gratitude out here, sending out gratitude letters, doing something nice for someone, that's when all the goodness starts flowing. When we're in that whole flow of life, giving, receiving, and being open. You know, it was so funny. My sister, she was working as a waitress, and everybody's talking about, oh, lottery's so big, I'm going to win the lottery. And it's like, could you accept that money? Oh, yeah, not a problem, not a problem. So a little while goes by, and she tries to hand somebody $1. Oh, no, I can't take that. And it's like, how can you not take $1 from me if you think you could accept the lottery? Well, that's different. You know, because we think we owe someone. But when somebody gives you something, be in that gratitude space. Thank you so much. Knowing that people wouldn't be giving unless they wanted to. And we give freely, knowing that God is our source. As we give, we always receive. So making sure that we're in that good reciprocity of life, knowing that life is good, and that we're creating something wonderful. I have another slide. This is a quote from Ernest Holmes. In everything, give thanks. An attitude of gratitude is most beneficial and confirms the realization that we are now in heaven. How we love to do for those who co-cooperate with, and grateful for our small endeavors. Gratitude is one of the chief graces of human existence and is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. Now, those of you that are new to this philosophy, Ernest Holmes was the founder of this philosophy. He learned from so many different people, studied Jesus, studied all the different religions, studied Socrates, Troward, Emma Curtis Hopkins, so many great philosophers, and put everything together in this wonderful little conglomeration we call Centers for Spiritual Living, CSL, as we know it here. And it's really turning our thoughts into form. That is the creative process. That is our science of mind symbol, that as we think, we create it. We plant the seeds of goodness, we plant the seeds of love, we plant the seeds of gratitude, and that is what grows in our life. So every thought becomes a thing, as our thoughts are things. So every thought is so important. Sometimes I just want to gobble my thoughts back up. It's like, stop, don't be thinking that. Anybody else do that? It's like, stop my mind. Let me think of something else. Let me reframe stuff, because we can look at that, ain't it awful, or we can look at, oh my gosh, there's so much to be grateful for the people that I know, for the family that I have, for the love that embraces each and every one of us, as long as we're thinking it that way, because we can step away from everything and say, oh, nothing's working out, things are bad, or we can look at what is working out, and knowing that something wonderful is always unfolding. I have a quote from one of my teachers, Reverend Dr. Kathy Ann Lewis. She is the CSL spiritual director in Seattle. She says, having the life you want often requires the courage to do things differently. How easy it is to do things differently, right? Yeah, I think about that a lot because a lot of people, when they come in the door, they sit in the same seat. We drive down the same highways, take the same way to work, put our clothes on the same way. I always start with my right foot, then my left foot. What if we did things differently? And if I'm wanting to be all that I can, how can I see myself differently? Our whole philosophy here is really change your thinking, change your life. And it's so easy to change our thinking, right? Yeah. When we get those thoughts that we keep having habitually, the brain cells that are little nerve cells, when they are firing, those that fire together wire together. And if we keep having the thought, same thought, different day, same thought, different day, same thought, different day, then we create a habit. So if we want a new habit, then I need to start looking at things differently, looking at myself differently, forgiving myself for things of the past, forgiving others, because otherwise that blocks my flow. And I don't want to block my flow. I want to be open to the goodness of life and say, yes, 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 best day ever. Because when we state it, we create it. So stepping into the magnificence of who we are and letting go of everything that maybe we've been holding on to that's blocking that flow. In my forgiveness workshop, I always do the little example of if I'm holding on to stuff against my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, my second grade teacher, then I'm holding on to too much stuff that is blocking my flow. So how about I just put those things down and heal it? And the minute I start to pick it up again, let me remind myself, I already put that down. What new thought could I have today? And it's really fun to do experiments with, all right, kids that you know. I don't want to say, just do an experiment with a kid. You can't just show up. I mean, you do have to. But having conversations with kids, because they just keep it simple. They keep it simple. It's like life is here to be fun. Can we play now? So how can I have fun today? How can I see more gratitude and goodness in the life? How can I be in awe of the abundance that's flowing through my world? I have another quote from Deepak Chopra. The universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And in our willingness to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. It's like if we just keep holding on to everything, then there's no room for flow. But if I let go and I be in that love space, if I let go and be in that gratitude space, then more circulation. Otherwise, we get dammed up. You know, those little beavers that keep blocking everything. It's like, don't let that block your mind. And if we have the belief system that life is just this way and this is just what happens, then we limit ourselves. So we want to be in that space of saying, yes, yes, yes. I do believe I have one more quote from Esther Hicks. The fastest way to bring more wonderful examples of abundance into your personal experience is to take constant notice of the wonderful things that are already here and already there. Yeah. So be aware of all the abundance, so much goodness. You know, people were having so much goodness that I know I shared it here, that I went to go give stuff to the secondhand store, and none of the secondhand stores were taking anything. They were already overflowing with so much abundance because people had so much stuff. They're like, oh, it's time to give. And if you want more abundance in your life, it's a great idea to clean your closet. Let it go. Make room, make space. And make space in your mind. So we are going to... There's a lot going on today, and I see the excitement and the journey of what we're going to be doing next. And you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. because I'm a little behind, and we'll do our offering in just a few moments. But we have children and we have teachers, so yay! And so what I wanted to do today is talk about intentions, because children have intentions, we have intentions for our children. So I'm going to bring the youth and the youth teachers up and forward. If you all want to come forward real quick. So what the kids have done and what the parents have done, parents have an intention for their children for the school year. And our intention here at the Center for Spiritual Living is to give them a loving place to thrive, to see the beauty and the brilliance in who they are. And so, yeah, come on up. Do you guys want to go up on the stage? Yeah, let's do it. All right. Just want to make sure they feel comfortable there. All right. Jordan, would you like to start?
Well, as some of you may or may not know, we have rekindled our youth program this year. So we're excited to have our kids share their intentions for the school year, as well as our intentions for what we want the youth program to be and to blossom into in the coming months. Let's see, who would like to start?
Tell me, what's your intention for the school year this year? What do you want to do?
I want to have more fun.
More fun, yes. I think that.
Yeah, tell us what your intention is.
I want new best friends and also play with new best friends.
Yes, your best friends.
All right, Forrest, do you want to say your intention?
Not today. That's okay.
Forrest would like to get stronger, and he would also like a jetpack.
I would like to make new friends.
Yes.
My intention for the school year is to be creative.
Creative, yeah.
My intentions for the next year is to get good grades, work on my art, and get new friends.
Yes.
Okay, and then we also worked on some intentions for the youth. We all came up with some intentions for the youth program. We drew a picture of. And one of it is to play, fun, make friends, have new experiences, growth. So we'd love to see more kids in there. We'd love to get more teens and more little ones, because it's more fun with more. We want more arts and crafts. We're going to redecorate the youth room, learn more, talk and have good connections, good conversations, positivity, more activities for kids throughout the week, and be creative. And we'd also occasionally like to have some guest teachers come in and help teach our kids some special activities and projects.
Thank you. All right. So let's give it up for all of our kids and our teachers and our parents. And as a parent, my intention for my children, all four of my grown children, is for them to continue to know their divinity. I know that you might have some intentions for your children.
My intention for my children this year, for my son Levi, would to be love and give love. And for Riley would be to explore new opportunities and growth.
Awesome. Great. Love it. Do you have some intentions for your children? What do you want to? Yes. Great.
My intention for you is to provide opportunities for healthy, meaningful relationships within our new community.
Yeah.
Mine sounds a lot like yours. My intention for your school year: meaningful friendships and supportive connections and confidence.
I love that. Thank you. Anybody else have an intention for their children? All right, so I'm going to pretend like you're all my children. My intention is that you see the divinity in who you are, that you love yourself fully and clearly. Just call me Mom. And, and that you're excited about who you are, that there's more prosperity, health, wealth, and goodness happening. Yes. All right. And so now we're going to bring up the choir. And so if the choir will come on up, and we're going to...
We have a song from Daniel Nahmad. It's called God You Are.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe. And your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
Thank you. Now is that time for giving, knowing that as we give, we also receive, that supporting this center is what we're here for, is to have a beautiful home, a community space for us to come together in peace and love and harmony. So we have an affirmation as the ushers come forward as we say this giving affirmation. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of the spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me, multiplied abundantly.
Grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, 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 God is all there is.
Knowing that we are divinely blessed, that as we give, we absolutely do receive, that we keep ourselves open to the goodness, that we focus on the gratitude. I am so grateful for this day, this time, and this love that we share. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you so much. So we have a lot of things going on today besides the estate sale, so we want to make sure that all of that stuff goes, and that's a great thing. We have the potluck. We also have CSL 101. So CSL 101 will happen right after we usher pretty much everyone out. There'll still be food, I promise. There is the hugs and handshakes, and then we'll have the prayer. If you have a prayer request, you can circle up with the practitioner, well, actually Reverend Eisele today after service. So let's stand up and make our big circle and sing our...
We have the peace song today. We have the peace song.
Oh, because it is First Sunday. It's peace song.
Doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, the father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice, just shower the people you love